What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Shouty Parker back in the building again with another episode of Just My Damn Opinion. Hey man, you know opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one, and your boy do too. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the rest of the crew in. Oh, my brother from another mother, been rocking since day one of Just My Opinion for the most part. My boy AP in the building. What's happening?
What's happening? What's happening there? How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, man, good to be back, man. You know, it's football season, man. So it ain't never a shortage of anything to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, we're gonna bring our other co-host on in, man. The coolest fan in the land, man. He also on Respect the Hedges. My other co-host, Cool Cal, what's happening?
What it do, man? Salute,
Coolest. Yes,
salute.
sir.
Glad to be back in the studio, man. We had a couple weeks off, man. So hopefully our boys refreshed, get into it. This college football. And man, we got some stuff to talk about, man. A lot of hype in the off season, man. I'm ready to
Mm.
get into it.
Oh yeah.
Well, listen, we ain't gonna hold everybody, man. Let's get into it, man. We're gonna start off, man. We're gonna kind of do a little recap of some of the biggest games of the weekend, give our little thoughts and opinions on that. Then after we do that, man, we're gonna treat the thing like the stock market, man. We're gonna see what coach or team stock you gonna buy, hold, or sell. So let's get into it, man. We ain't gonna hold we ain't gonna hold no punches. Let's just talk about one of the biggest games of the weekend. Texas, Ohio State.
Ooh, woo.
Cool Cal. Did that game live up to his expectations? Did Arch Manning show you where he was about? What you think about that game? Or just Ohio State? Just did they prove their point? What you think about that game overall?
Listen, man, that game was that was like a first class meal. That's what it was being sold to us at. We were supposed to be getting a big steak, baked potato, salad, the drinks, everything first
Yeah.
class. I'll be honest with you, man. You know what I'm saying? We winded up, man, at IHOP. We
Mm,
winded up at IHOP. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't quite McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't much better. A lot of missed throws, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of I'll say this. I'll say this. Ohio State's defense looks legit. They play fast, they play hard. They well coached. Matt Patricia is a monster defensive coordinator. So I'm gonna give him some props and give them their flowers. Um, I've been saying all along, I think Caleb Downs, regardless of position, might be the best player in America. So I think that I'm gonna give them they props for what they did defensively, and I'm gonna give some props to Texas defense too. I thought they played well. They played like a championship type defense, only giving up 14 points. I can't be mad at that on the road. But God damn it, that Arch Manning, let's call it what it is, man. It was garbage.
mm,
It was garbage. And you know how I know it was garbage? He didn't do shit the whole game. He made one throw in the fourth quarter, and the announcer said, "Woo, you see, that's an NFL throw."
Oh
mm.
shit.
We had to wait 4 quarters for an NFL throw. So I was disappointed in hell with that, with all the hype that we got off season with that. He got a lot of work to do. He got a lot of proving to do. I know we're gonna get into the stock market, but man, I'm out on that. I'm out on
Mm,
that. I lost enough money on that.
mm. Same thing to you, Pot, man. What you think about Texas Ohio State game overall? You know, Arch Manning came in with a lot of hype, but to
Mhm.
Cal point, I mean, it was arguably two of the best defenses you're gonna probably see all year. But it was the first game of the season. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, people are ramping up offensively. So, what you think about it?
Pretty much like you guys say, man, off the piggyback, shit. It's first game for both teams. But Ohio State, they really shut the club down. And
Mm,
I'll tell you why later on. But Manning, he's not living up to the hype. They hyped him up when he first came out of high school. They hyped him up when he came to Georgia on a visit. They hyped him up over here on a visit. They just hype, 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 hype. He hasn't proved himself. Your uncle, your granddad, proven. 2 Hall of Famers. What you got? 4 Super Bowls. Your uncle's is legit, but you need to work on some more things. Tone down a little bit, and like you said, 2 of the best defenses of the year, man, that we're probably gonna see. Like these guys are grown men. They
So
banging, they game tackling, they moving fast.
let me pose this question to you guys, and either one of you can take it, however, first or whatever. Now, you know, I think y'all being a little harsh on. I see where you're coming from, but you think you're being a little harsh after one game. But even after only one game, because that's all we got to go off of at this point. But was there any? So did you see any traits of a possible good quarterback?
I seen good
Yeah,
traits of
I did.
mobile. Yeah, he's mobile like his granddad used to be. But other than that, I mean, you have to learn how to read your defenses like your uncle. Learn how to break down, get your check downs. Don't look for the downtown all the time. Like, I mean, he's still learning. I see why it took him 2 or 3 years to get on the field, bro. And right now, I want to see how many games it takes for him to get to that height. Did I hear somebody say he was like a preseason Heisman or some
Yeah,
whatever like that?
yeah.
Not yet.
Heisman, #1 overall pick, everything.
Man, come on, man. Come on with the
You know,
game.
I know this Oklahoma guy, to your point, Patrick, he kind of always throws that out there. He was like, well, if Arch Manning was just so good, why couldn't he beat out of a 7th-round draft pick?
Mm.
That's been my point. But I'm gonna go back just a few years back. When he came out, we all look through, respect the hedges. We look at tape of the guys coming in, the prospects. I didn't see it then. I
And
didn't
we
see
talked
it
about
then.
the talent level that he played again. That was one of the main things that.
Right.
Hmm.
Which not just the talent level, but if you playing against that type of, okay, I'll put it to you this way. You put We're gonna go way old school because this our era. You put Quincy Carter in his talent level. Quincy gonna go out there and you know what I'm saying? He gonna look like Joe Montana. He gonna look like, Josh Allen. He didn't even to me stand out against guys that he was supposed to be far superior.
Hmm.
And let
So
me
you
give you
didn't
a couple
you
more
didn't
points.
go ahead, go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say this. He has the advantage of, like Pot said, your granddad was an NFL quarterback, #1 or #2 overall pick, I believe. I think he was #2 overall pick. Both of your uncles were #1 overall picks, right? Your dad was, from all accounts, a really good receiver who probably been a high level college player, maybe a pro himself if he didn't get hurt.
I think he was. I
What
think he had
other
sickness or something.
advantages could you ask for? You see what I'm saying? Like, what other advantages could you ask for to be a better quarterback than to grow up in that family, day in and day out, get the tools that those guys are giving you? You know what I'm saying? And not only that, Sarkisian is supposed to be one of the best offensive coordinators in America. You've been with him for 3 years. So that's why I'm hard on them after just one game, because you've had every advantage to get to this
Hmm.
point, and you didn't have to go out there and throw for 400 yards, but you didn't look confident either, and that's what was disappointing.
Okay. I agree with that. I think it's, this is one of those scenarios where two things can be true. I mean, well, multiple things. I think that, again, back to the defenses, I think those are probably two of the best defenses you're going to see on film. That both were probably top 5 defenses, top 10 defenses. And it's the first game of the year. Granted, they had all year to prepare for it. It was a very, very big game, and you starting 2 new, semi-new quarterbacks, and it's tough to go out there with that kind of speed and caliber of defenses. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that Texas had that they definitely need to fix that Ohio State didn't have. Texas had a problem with their receivers getting separation, regardless if he could throw the ball or not. If he had to throw it on many occasions, they would have had to been almost perfect throws because there was no window of error to throw those balls in. So
Look
that's
who they
one thing that
covering at
really stood
practice.
out to me.
Look who
But
they
let me ask
covering.
you, let me ask y'all this though. But there was, and I've seen some clips and highlights. I've seen 3 or 4 plays where he had wide open guys,
Yes.
wide open guys.
Yeah. I mean, the first play of the game, he
Don't
had
miss
wide open
those.
and skipped it, so like skipping rock over water. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. A competent quarterback, you don't miss that. I could understand the tight windows and those types of things, but when you get those opportunities where I got a man and he's got a couple of steps on the guy, to be a quote unquote Heisman guy, you make those plays,
Hmm.
and that's the
Do,
problem. He
do
didn't
you
make those plays.
do you think after watching that game that Ohio State now is the #1 team in the nation?
Yeah,
Why not?
sure. Them are. I'm gonna say them are LSU at this point.
Why not? Why not?
Okay. All
Why
You
not?
right.
I
know,
mean,
at this
like they
point.
say, you got to be the man, you got to beat the man. Just so
All
happened
right.
the
Yeah.
man was at my
Okay.
doorstep the first week.
And I'm gonna say this too, real quick, there. And also, they're the defending national champions, so I
Right.
don't have any
That's it.
problem with them being
Right.
#1 at this point. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They the national champs.
Okay. Well, let's transition to that LSU and Clemson game, and we'll just go down the same gamut of that. What's your overall opinion of Clemson versus LSU? You know, you had another big time quarterback, one of another Heisman top supposed to be one of the top finalists for the Heisman, and possibly win it, Nussmeier, and you also had his counterpart over there, Klubnik. Right, I always struggle with
Yeah,
his name.
club Nick.
So you had two of the top 5 quarterbacks in the nation playing against each other. Cal, I mean, I start off with Pot. What was your opinion of this game?
I think Brian Kelly really came in with a plan with the guys, man. I
Hmm.
mean, shit. You can't ask for nothing better, bro, when it comes to the X's and O's, the way they played. That's why this game is tricky. It's any given Saturday, like any given Sunday. You know, everybody training, we pumping iron, you pumping iron, we eating good, you eating good, we watching film. You know, we got the trainers, the hot tub, ice tub, whatever. Now, all we have to do is just line down on Saturday or Thursday night, however we do it, and let's be the better man. And the better man was LSU. It came out. It was a good cat fight. Yeah, that's all I can say. It was a good cat fight. Give it up to Brian Kelly and the guys. They represented the SEC very, very well. And hey, that's all I got to say. Go SEC.
Okay. Cal, what's your overall opinion of that game? Anything stood out to you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The one thing that stood out to me about LSU more so is that that second half, that defense they got, I thought that was championship level defense. I thought that they played a different type of game that they played since Kelly has been there, where it was more of the control balance offense, 3, 4 yards running, Nussmeyer solid, keeping drives going, keeping Clemson off the field. And their defense really stepped up, man. Their defense, I thought that second half really played at a high level. So that was to me was a little shocking, surprising. LSU maybe has a little bit, what I'm saying, more than just a fastball. Maybe it's not just going to be 45, 50 points. It looks like they can play a couple different styles of fights.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, Pot, this was, I don't know if you guys know, but this was the first time Kelly has won a home opener since he's not a home opener, but an opening game since he's been at LSU. So
Oh,
he really put an
Mm.
emphasis on this. Yeah, he really put an emphasis on this offseason to prepare and get the guys ready to come out the gate shooting because since he's been there, been a slow starting team.
mm-hmm.
Right,
Um,
Okay.
right.
so I'm gonna ask you guys this was, everybody had Clemson, high hope for Clemson. Granted, it doesn't damage their chances in the ACC, but is this a setback for Dabo?
Yeah, I think it is. It's a setback because the way he's normally coaching and coming out with this energy and keeping the guys going, and we know what we do on home openers, and we know what we do. Because the past few years, what they've been playing Georgia game one, right?
Well, not the past few years, but we've played them. We played them last year, and then I think we
Playing,
played
yeah,
them maybe 2, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
something
So I
like that. It
mean,
wasn't back to back.
they used to open it up with a good spanking. I guess they thought they was gonna get one in, but they know what it is with the SEC football when you step up, man.
Mhm.
Dabo know what it is. So best believe the alumni they was talking last year. So best believe this loss. Not only are they ringing the bell about him, there's some other coaches who got a phone call.
Oh, you think
They
this
texting
warm?
and
You think
email.
it? You think his seat getting warm off of that loss?
We'll see after a few weeks
Okay.
because you got to think they was already talking mess about him last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What you
Yeah,
think, Cal?
yeah, yeah. Again, man, I think what I like about it is, man, we got like great matchups in week one
Mm-hmm.
versus everybody's playing, smaller schools, and I think this is a particular point. It gives you a good test, and I think some of the teams that we saw this weekend, who we may be like, we're a little down on them. I think that it gives them opportunity to grow. They can bounce back. You still can kind of see where you're at now. So if you're Clemson, you can still say, you know what, there's some things we got to clean up. We can go through the ACC. The ACC obviously has proven over the weekend there's some really damn good teams in the ACC. So I think it's going to be a tough battle for them anyway. But I look at it from more of a national perspective with Clemson. They look like to me maybe a team that's still maybe a playoff team, but I'm a little down on them as far as maybe they can win it all. I don't think they can win it all.
You know what I
So
think too.
let me
Also,
let me
go
ask you
ahead.
this: who was it a who was it a bigger win or loss for? Was it a bigger win for Kelly, or did the loss mean more for Dabo?
I think it's a bigger win for Kelly
Mhm.
Mm,
because Kelly hasn't had a big win yet. He was brought there to win national championships at LSU. Um, and he just hasn't delivered yet. But so I think that was a big feather in his cap to say, you know what? First off, they went on the road in a hostile environment, night game. They went down there, they took care of business. And again, I was just impressed with how they won the game on defense, controlling the ball, controlling the lines of scrimmage. That's what I was impressed with LSU. I felt like they're a different team in that regard. So I thought that was a big win for him. Plus, like you just said, this is the first time he's won a game opening up the season. So it just gets them off to a much better start to open the season, and I think gives them some more confidence, once they get into the meat of that SEC play.
Mhm.
yeah, somebody want to finish up on that pot?
Yeah, I was gonna say then with that Alabama loss. I mean, what other confidence do you have?
Yeah.
I want to go watch this film. I want to see what they did because boy, guess what? We got to see y'all.
I'm
So
glad y'all keep helping me segue into these other games. That's exactly where
It's what
we
we
headed
do.
next.
It's
we
what
didn't say
we
one
do.
thing though. I wanted to say one
Wait,
thing about this college football season. What Cal said was right on point about as far as the week one scheduling. Shouts out to whoever made week one scheduling with these top 10 teams playing each other. But there's a lot of quarterbacks, receivers, DBs. There's a lot of new faces with this portal. These guys are really helping these other
Hmm.
teams. You got guys
Hmm.
that are transferred, and you got new faces at quarterback. Coaches coaching up now, and like I said, everybody, whatever happened from the offseason to now, is worked for every program that I've seen so far. It's going to be a very exciting football season this year.
well,
For
to
sure.
your point, we was gonna, transition to the Alabama, the Bama and FSU game. To your point, Pot, FSU, the whole team pretty much brand new. I mean, they got so many transfer portal players
Mm-hmm.
that are starting and making impacts on their teams, especially offensively.
Yeah.
That what was so surprising to me about that game. I'm gonna let you guys get a little bit more into the meat and potatoes, but coming back, this being the boy's second year coming back, trying to establish his culture and having a proven team already coming back, as opposed to Norvell having to kind of put a team together. That's what made that so
Right.
surprising to me. So, Cal, what's your overall thoughts on the Alabama and FSU game?
Man, I'm gonna say this, man. Outside of Georgia, Castellano, my guy.
Yes,
I
sir.
like
I like
Castellano, the
Castellano.
quarterback.
Tommy.
He
Tommy.
said he told them boys, "Pot, y'all ain't got Nick to come save y'all no more." And then they went out there and spanked their ass. I was impressed with that. You know what I'm saying? Like they stood on their chest with it and said, y'all ain't got Nick. And you would have thought that would have got Bama fired up. You would have thought that would have got DeBoer a little more fired up. You know what I'm saying? To come out here and be like, you know what, let's go out here. Not to mention, Florida State was what, a 2-3 win team last year?
And Cal, to your
Bruh.
point, that's kind of what I be going at. But when do you ever see DeBoer fired up?
I may not see it. I just think behind closed doors, I would have thought that that's the message that would have been sent to my team. You know what I'm saying? We
Yes,
got
sir.
this guy that came out here and said, basically, we some chumps, I'm a chump,
I
and
can't
we
coach.
ain't no good. And they proved that on the field. Right. I can't coach. And it looks that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's my guy. That's what I took away from the
Yeah.
game. But one other thing I also took away from the game, the Alabama has a real problem with lack of physicality. Because we got to still remember a lot of these guys, whether they've hit the portal or whatnot, these are still Nick Saban's guys that he brought in. And you know Nick brings in great guys, great talent. And it just don't look like right now at this point, it's working. So shout out, keep doing your thing out there, DeBoer. Man, whatever you're doing right now, keep it up.
And Pot, for you go, I'm just gonna say shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Sooner Legends, Fanatic Sports, Hall of
Hey,
Yes,
shout
sir.
Fame,
out to the
college
chat. Shout out to the
football,
chat.
all the boys.
That.
My boy Stat Guy, appreciate y'all stepping in, showing a
That
little bit of
guy.
love while you can. I know y'all schedules are busy. What you think about the Bama FSU game, man? Pot,
So you know me,
your
I was
overall
smiling.
thoughts.
I was smiling from here all the way to Athens, baby. I had the
Mhm.
big Kool-Aid smile because I'm always against it and I'm always with it. So hey, shouts out to that boy Tommy. I knew this kid when he was at Boston College. He had this
Mm-hmm.
little flair about him. I said, you know what? If he was with
Mm-hmm.
a little better team or some bigger guys, because I seen the way he was carrying that team, I said,
Yep.
And I found out he was going to Florida State. I said, okay, let's see what old Mike Nova got going on. Evidently,
So,
he knows a little something. And shout out to Coach Mike, man. He got the Dobbs Trophy. That's for the Coach of the Week. He got Coach of the Week this week.
so
Shout out to him.
are we all in agreement that at this particular point, DeBoer is doing less with more?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
We're
Mm,
gonna get into
Absolutely.
that. Yes, he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
okay.
Hey.
If Nick Saban was still the coach there, they would have been in the playoffs last year. This the problem. He loses games to teams that he shouldn't lose to. It's
Mm.
not
Nick
like
will
he's
come.
going out there and beating, you're losing to higher ranked opponents or guys that are better than you. You're losing to unranked teams.
Mm.
I think we said it last night on the show. He's lost to four teams that have been unranked. And they
Mm-hmm.
said Nick Saban did that his whole time in like 16, 17
17,
years.
Yes,
17
the
years.
man leave you with a 5-star restaurant, a 5-star
There you
hotel.
go. There you go.
I leave you damn near got godfathered into this greatness over here, man. Look at
Yep.
the walls and the halls. You got to walk with these great coaches that came and these good teams before you. We give you a chance to come in from Washington. You damn near finna stink it up in your second season.
Don't nobody
It,
take the bait right here.
he
Don't
he
nobody
may
take
be
the
the
bait.
he may be the shortest lived coach that ever coached that Bama. I tell you that.
Mm.
Lose another one at 26, y'all gonna see somebody else on the sideline.
So I don't know where I saw this. It was either on Facebook or maybe one of my threads in my text messages. They say they already done started the search for coaches,
Mm,
and they had I think Glenn Schumann was number 2. I
mm,
can't remember who was number 1.
You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I know, but the people in Bama is not playing, brother. They're
Yeah.
not playing. I hope Kirby got them on block. Keep them on block. Don't even say.
But
Don't even say that.
let me ask you this though. I mean, it's a mystery. Like, what has happened to them? Ryan Williams, what has happened to him?
He
He
got hurt.
was
I think he got hurt. I think he got hurt this weekend.
but not only this weekend though, like he's been
Oh,
off, like the last 6 games or so last
yeah.
year. You remember after we played them,
Mhm.
I think they say he only had one touchdown the rest of the season. And he didn't
So
look good a couple days ago either.
what I saw with that, and sometimes I see it with Ohio State as well, and it's kind of, you have to kind of find this happy medium. What I don't like about it, what I've been especially with at the Alabama kid, they try to force it to them in situations where it's not feasible for them to be trying to do it. I understand that you want to get your playmakers the ball and you wanted to have design plays for them and things like that. But sometimes you have to go with what the defense gives you. And if
Right.
you don't want to do that, then you need to put them in the backfield and toss it to them. And
Right.
that's what I see to it, those guys. And I think that really stunts and hurt their defense. And to your point, to that point, Cal, before this game, they lost three of the last 4 games, and their offense averaged 12 points a game. Talking about Alabama, that's a problem.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that, and when you look, they got monsters across that offensive line. Monsters across that offensive line. Huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to think like what has happened, you know what I'm saying, with the culture. You know what I'm saying? And coaching has a lot to do with it, especially when we're talking about young men like this. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that right message, that right culture, your team can just crumble, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Uh, so I'm gonna say something about this comment right here. Now that is interesting. Again, that goes back to this kind of culture change and things like that. If you hearing that a player that transferred from Alabama to Michigan saying Michigan practices harder than Bama. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
I heard players had been missing meetings, showing up late. They showed the picture of the guy on the field doing the pass, warming up with his phone in his hand, doing his pass protection. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Come
what's
on.
going on, man? So,
That
hey,
that
when
makes
you
sense.
That
when
prima
you
donna.
have that many superstar, high caliber, 5-star guys, you have to run a tighter ship because they
Yep.
already used to having everything and having everything go their way. They really really need to have a strong, stern leader. I ain't saying it got to be a dictatorship, but that's what it was. But I'm just saying you got to have a stronger grip than what I think Kalen DeBoer has, because they want to say he's a player's coach. But hey, man, you got to
Mm-mm.
feed your family to win some games.
Man, okay.
Um, so I Jason, I agree with you. I ain't saying it's a must win because it's only there's only be the second SEC game, but just from a mentality standpoint, I truly agree with you. I think we do beat Alabama this year. I don't even think we're gonna have a problem beating them this year
No.
because I don't think we want to break that home game winning streak. What is it? 43 games, 44 games, something
I
like
think
that.
is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's
That
40
might be
something.
it.
Oh wow, they
Okay.
doing it
All
like
right, we're
that?
getting up there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Hey.
yeah. And with that being said, this is one of the time we haven't had Alabama at home every time we don't play them since 2015. So it's always been at the neutral site or at Alabama. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Right.
this home field advantage makes a big difference. Then, especially with the way things have started. But I will say this: if it ain't no team they gonna get up for, they will get up to play us.
For
Everybody get
sure.
up to play us.
All right.
You better.
That's a
You go.
fact.
You gonna
That's a
get bit.
fact.
The dog is gonna bite
Hey,
anyway.
That's a
so
fact.
look, man, I want to go on and get into this, man. I'm a stock market guy. I love the stock market,
Guru.
man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna hold everybody too long, but I really want to get into this, man. Right now, we basing this only off the information that we have seen so far, and we're gonna treat it like the stock market, guys. Off of week 1, because you want to buy low and sell high. What team or coach stock you are selling right now? It got to go.
Belichick.
Double. The
Ooh.
boy got to go. I'm selling all that crap. Get up out of here. I'm selling Bama.
You selling Bama?
What?
I okay.
I'm selling. I'm selling.
So
It's
so so
dropping. It's been dropping since last year. I ain't holding on to it. It's gone. It's gone. I got something else to invest in.
so tell me why you selling Bama.
What you mean? It's been like that since the boy came in the door, bro. He
Mm.
hasn't like we just said here and said he hasn't brought any culture. You want to be a player's coach. You really not fired up on the sideline. I don't know what's going on inside the locker room at halftime. I don't know what y'all doing behind closed doors when your players come in late. You letting them be prima donnas with cell phones and do all of that. But like I said, his stock since he hit the door when he left Washington, it started dropping.
But that, Alabama was already a premium stock, so you're gonna sell it while it's high.
Hey, whoever want my Bama stock, you can buy it. I'm selling. AP is selling. I got it for the low. Holla at your boy.
All right.
I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem.
Hey,
hold on to that Bama.
I could counter it, but I ain't gonna counter it. Cool Cal. Why are you selling UNC stock?
God damn it! Did y'all see the game?
So I'm saying, are you selling Belichick stock? Are you selling the whole program stock? Because the program could be all right. It just could be the coach.
Yeah, I'm selling Belichick stock. Okay. Right. If we gonna split it up, I'm gonna sell Belichick stock. I've been listen, I know his accomplishments. I can't knock that. I still think even with all the accomplishments, he's a little overrated. He's not a great football coach without Tommy. He wasn't a great head coach before he got Tom Brady, and he hasn't been one since Tom Brady. I think that he's ego driven. I think even going back, I think he cost New England a Super Bowl some years ago against Philly. And I just think that now the way that this program is set up, I've been listening to some of the people around him. It's comfortable, like you got your son right there, and you got your, it's just kind of it just doesn't feel like a guy that is up for the challenge. He's just there because he couldn't get an NFL job. So let me go over here and make me a few million over here and do this. And I think it's going to be a total flop at UNC. I'm not buying into it. I don't see him being a staunch recruiter and going out there and getting guys. And I just think the game is past him. He's an old man now, and I think the game is past him.
I was thinking about this. I thought I was going to change my mind, but Cal, I think I'm gonna go with you on this one, just based off of start market principles. I think UNC was already kind of a. First of all, it was a low price stock, but it was a little bit overpriced due to Bill Belichick. But it still wasn't a very high value stock, no way. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell that stock as well. Why I don't really have any losses, because it was a low stock, cheap stock anyway, and I'm selling that stock as well. I think it's too much outside of the outside baggage with him and that girl. To your point, he's 70 plus years old. Hell, he's not recruiting. He can't be in recruiting, so he's not sitting in recruits' living room. It's got to be his staff, all that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the day, it's a short term. It's a short term stock anyway, because he ain't gonna be no longer than 2 years. He's 79, 78, 98 years old. So
pick one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So ain't no future in that stock in UNC. I'm selling. I'm glad I bought it low, and I'm gonna sell it for low anyway.
Right. Now, North Carolina, that was a shit show to me. Listen, the TCU looked like a solid team, but they did what they wanted with North Carolina on both sides of the ball.
Okay, that's all the stock that we selling. Let me ask you guys this. After week 1, I'm going to go first, because after week 1, which stock are you holding? Patrick. I'm holding Bama stock. I'm going to hold Bama stock right now. It was just week 1. It was a pretty high premium stock. Bama came into the year with a lot of, a lot of juice. So the stock was already high. All I'm saying, the reason I'm holding it is because I put a lot of money into this premium stock. And I want to give it a chance to bounce back. Now, if we lose another game or two, and the stock keep going down, I'm gonna sell it. But right now, I'm gonna hold Bama stock. As bad as I felt about the loss, I'm gonna hold a stock, because I do think the boy has a chance to prove himself in the SEC. Pop, which stock after week 1, team or coach stock you holding?
And y'all see this right here. Y'all see that?
We can't lock it, bro.
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. This is my stock. I don't had this piece of stock over 30, just about 30 years. I'm all in on my dogs. I'm all
Okay.
in. You see it right here. The National Letter of Intent, 1996, Vince Dooley, athletic
Okay.
director. Yeah.
All
I'm holding
right.
on. I ain't selling. I'm holding for the
That's
life. That's
right.
for life.
So why are you holding Georgia stock? How
Because
is
I love I'm just it's I got my personal reasons. I love 16. I love how the guys have a real culture. Like when you guys was there, when we was there was that foundation that Herschel Walker and Garrison Hurst and Hastings and Eric Zaya and all those boys laid for y'all when y'all came in. You see what I'm saying? And like right now, what y'all did from Champ Bailey and the OG Grants and Stitch Combs and Bright, a couple of more people that I might not be forgetting, Hines Ward, Robert Edwards. Hey, I'm forgetting a whole lot, but that foundation. Now we just building. We got 16. Guess what? He's the contractor. He building. We had Ray Goff. He was building. He was building. You know, it went through the coaches. They were building. Jim Dunning. They was building. They was building. But now 16 there, he's the architect that's gonna keep everything neutralized. Okay, we're gonna put this over here now. We run this ship this way so we can get this way. Now it's a culture. Man, I love it. I'm all in. Bulldog, 16, Kirby. Hey, I'm with these boys. I'm holding.
okay. Cal, before you get into your holding stock, I thought that was interesting. I kind of feel you a little bit on this one right here, Coach. You know, it was a high premium stock. Uh, it has a chance to bounce back. I think it's kind of the argument that I had with Bama. So I kind of feel you on that. Sooner Legends say he holding John Mateer stock. I saw a little bit of the highlights on that game. I can see why you would hold that stock, but the main reason I would hold it because at this point you really don't know where it's going. I think it's kind of consolidating right now, and you'll really find out if John Mateer's stock is going to rise this weekend if they win or lose against Michigan, and then you'll know where way that stock really going to go if you want to buy, hold, or sell. But I feel you on that. Ben G say he holding Notre Dame stock. They're going to bounce back after the Miami loss. I was intent to agree with that. I had them to actually win that game. Anybody want to comment on Ben G holding Notre Dame stock? I'm with him on it.
Yes. So first off, I want to say I was going to give our Sooner compadre. I was gonna give them some love and tell you that I'm buying Oklahoma stock first off. I'm buying Oklahoma. I'm buying
You
John
jumping the
Mateer.
gun,
No,
but
you
I
jumping
got
the gun,
you
man. You
jumping
got
the
to tell us
gun,
who you
but
holding.
I'm sorry, man.
that's
You
fine.
put it up there. You put it up there. Okay,
I
so
said holding while you was
all right, all right.
holding the stock.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm holding Notre Dame. Just like I forgot who just said that. I'm holding Notre Dame stock as well. Big reason is I
Ben G.
see more. Yeah, shout out to Benji. I see more upside this year with CJ Carr than what they've had with their last couple of quarterbacks. I think that he found something. I think he's going to continue to get better throughout the season. I know, no doubt, Marcus Freeman is going to have at the end of the season. He's going to have that Notre Dame defense. You know, I think a top 10, 15 defense in the country. So I'm still holding on to Notre Dame. I think that they'll they might lose another game, but I could see them running the table the rest of the year. I think they went down. I thought Miami played great this weekend, and I thought that Notre Dame. I like the way they fought back, so that gave me a lot of encouragement to say, you know what, I like what I saw with C.J. Carr. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hold on to Notre Dame, like Ben said.
Pop, before you go, I wanna give this comment out. Susie Dickerson, shout out to Susie Dickerson. They support us on Respect the
Susie,
Hedges, and I double
yes,
and
ma'am.
triple down. Thank you for supporting me on Just My Damn Opinion. So shout out to
Yes,
Susie
ma'am.
Dickerson for supporting both
Absolutely.
shows. Thank you. Yeah, Pot. What you have any comments on holding Notre Dame before we move on, or
Hey,
selling Notre Dame? How you feel about Notre Dame?
Hey man, I went for Miami with the points and everything, so that's on y'all. I don't buy nothing with the Catholics.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the Catholics alone. I'm gonna stick with the convicts.
But to what everybody has said, I think Cal made some pretty good points too, man. I'm definitely holding Notre Dame stock, even though they lost this game. They were a premium stock. That's another stock I'm going to give a chance to bounce back. They have arguably probably a top 4 or 5 coach who does top 5 recruiting. I think it was just the first game of the season, and they just ran into a team that just happened to have a better quarterback than what they had. I think Notre Dame just have to figure out the quarterback position where to score a few more points. But other than that, I can wait on it and hold the Notre Dame stock.
Let me say this too. Because this whole the Arch Manning thing is, I think we a lot of time we want to hold on. We love that name. We love the Bronny James. We love the Mannings. We love that name because if his name was Arch Smith, I think we wouldn't even be discussing this shit right now if that was his name. So to give you an example, what I'm saying, like CJ Carr, what I saw was he started off a little shaky, and it was raining. You playing on the road, but as he settled in, that's where you can start to see, okay, yeah, this kid actually he got some talent. He's got something. That's what was disappointing going back to Arch. I never felt like, okay, now I can start to see this is where the hype is. I never saw where the hype came from throughout the game.
So, Cal, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna be speaking metaphorically because we are talking about the start market. I see Arch Manning as kind of like a company who has a lot of potential, who has a lot of accolades coming in or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
right? It's hype. It's hype. It's like a new startup company, like a new IPO. Oh, we're gonna come out. We just raised a company. We are a $2 billion company. We're gonna do all this and do all this and do all that. But it hasn't been proven yet. But the reason I don't sell his stock is because what this company has around them, they're building a lot of infrastructure, and infrastructure takes money. And once you get your infrastructure together, then you start to get that money back. So I'm hoping what Arch Manning has around him as a team, we'll start to see him start to get better and start to flourish as the season goes based off the talent that he has around him. That's the only reason I'm not selling his stock right now.
Pride. Let me tell you what Arch Manning sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, that's a fucking triangle. That's that pyramid. That's that pyramid.
It's a pyramid scheme.
And he got his uncle and his granddad in the forefront.
You get your
right there in the beginning.
But you can't. You can't deny. But you can't deny the recruiting and the talent that he has around him. So that what makes it not, in my opinion.
But he can have all of that, but he has to make that decision when he's out there on the field because the coach can't throw the ball for you. I can't throw it to that open man like I wish I could have. But
y'all see this comment right here.
What is that?
They're just like Tesla. If you know about stock like Tesla, they done been down the last 3 quarters. They ain't selling cars no more, but they stock continue. I always tell people, I always buy Tesla. Americans love Tesla. It don't do nothing but go up. I don't care what happened. They love Elon Musk. And you hold Apple and Tesla. Well, not Apple. Apple actually is pretty.
Yeah.
But we're trying to win the championship.
Apple's a great product.
They're trying to win the championship right now, though, bro.
Good point with Tesla.
Tesla ain't number one. No damn. No Emmy. No, they
have Tesla. Tesla has been the number one American and Chinese selling electric vehicle for a very long time.
This is what I'm saying. Competition. Yeah, but bro, what I'm saying is they ain't got no cars out here on these racing tracks and none of that shit. They ain't got no motorcycles or nothing out here on these tracks. They ain't. I mean, hey, you just came in with this new. I don't want to charge up my car. I'd like to put gas in my car. It's faster. Shit, what I need to charge up for, it's gonna take me an hour or 2 to charge up, and I can 3 or 4 minutes on a pump and fill my tank up. No,
fair enough. I don't want to get off beat.
I love it's a bad car. I'm not saying it's a bad car.
Vehicles. I invest in a lot of electric vehicle companies. I don't want to get into that, but I get your point. I do get your point. And to beat that pot, we'll talk about it after screen, but they do have a thing that's called battery swapping. It takes 3 minutes, but that's another story. Yeah. I know you don't know nothing about that. I know you don't know about that.
Three
We'll
minutes.
that's
Swap
another
out a
thing.
battery.
Yeah, a whole full battery. That about how long time it take you to get out, pump your gas in your car, and with the battery swap, you don't even have to get out your car. But that's
So
another story.
how you gonna
That's another
charge up
story.
the?
We'll talk
Okay.
about that after. We'll talk about that after. So guys, before we get out of here, since Cal had jumped the gun after week
Yes.
1, from what we have seen, what team or coach stock fire hot that you buying? I can't get enough of it. I need to buy it all before it get too high, because we know it's the next Amazon, Netflix, Nvidia. I'm throwing some gems out there. Apple. These might be some companies y'all want to invest in. I'm throwing gems out there. Giving out
Hey.
advice. So yeah, what's the what team or coach you buying right now? Who got the hottest stock after week 1? Who you buying?
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
Mm.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna tell you why. I got Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Smith, Sonny Styles. You see what I'm saying? Jermaine Matthews Jr. That's just a little bit of their catalyst that they have. And they got a man by the name of Ryan Day.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? They trying to go back to back. If you look at it from top to bottom, they're the most disciplined team next to Georgia. You understand? They also have a lot of returning guys. And it's like they're the most, they're like the big brother right now. Everybody had their time. We spoke about this before. Bama had their times. Miami had their times. I mean, shit, Michigan had their times. A lot of teams had their times. Texas had their time. USC had their times. Trojans. So guess what? Ohio State, they had their time before, and history don't repeat itself. It's the people that repeat the history.
Mm.
Damn.
So
Okay.
I'm going all in.
Okay.
Damn.
Now,
I should have
okay.
went. I should have went first. I
It's
ain't know you was
already
gonna drop dimes.
it's a pretty high stock already, but if it keep going up, it don't matter where you get in it. Just keep buying it. But I like to buy low and let it get high. But I understand. I ain't mad. That's fair enough. Coach, I say he like LSU defense stock. I think Cal talked about that a little bit earlier. He was talking about how, that's something that he hadn't seen from a Chip Kelly team. And to the point I just made, LSU defensive stock would be a low stock that you should buy now that could rise up to you two guys' points. So shout out to Coach I, man. That's not a bad
Coach,
pick. It's not a bad pick. Okay.
Very good. Very good. Very good. And
who
I'm
you
just
who you
gonna
who you
just
uh, who you selling, Coach? Ask Coach who you selling.
I did real quick. I was gonna say just to finish up with my Oklahoma. I'm buying a lot of that stock. Venables, he gonna have the defense on fire. I like Mateer. I think that's one of those portal pickups that can kind of come in and take them from 6 wins to maybe get 9 or 10 wins, because you just again you have a competent guy behind center. Yeah, absolutely. I think when they go out there, they've got a chance every Saturday to win football games now with Mateer, and I think that defense that Venables gonna put on the field. So I'm buying that.
Obviously so. You think you might win? You said 9 or 10 games, right?
Yes,
Ooh, those
sir.
Sooner
Yes,
Nation
sir.
clapping.
Wow.
Yes,
So
Those
sir.
Sooner Nation love
so
that talk.
and to your point, Cal, just based off of what we're doing tonight and where the show is set up, Oklahoma would be another good stock to buy, because after based off of last season, I think their stock came in somewhat low, although they did have some good earning projections, but it's still you still were able to get in and get this company at an early state to get it at a low price.
Hey, let
So
me
just
drop one more gem
go ahead.
when you get a chance. Now, one more team to look at. Now, they on my radar. I may, if they can show me something by next week, I may invest a little bit. I'm gonna give a shout out to Stat Guy and them boys in South Carolina Gamecocks, man. They was out there with that all black on black, and they was putting on for the city in the city. You understand me? They look very well. Special teams, wide receiver, quarterback look nice. Everybody make mistakes week 1. So shout out to the South Carolina Gamecocks. You're on my radar. I might buy a little bit. Just my
Good one. Good
Mm. I've been sitting over here thinking about what I was gonna buy, man. Wow, I thought I had it, but you guys have kind of made me, kind of go back into the cookie jar a little bit. I originally thought I was going to be buying Miami stock,
why not?
but I think I'm about because based off the the stock market, and I like to get in low.
Yeah.
I like to get in real low. And this stock has started to take off, but it was still cheap. I mean, it was very cheap. They were unranked. That's how cheap they were.
Oh yeah.
I'm buying this Florida State stock.
Yeah. Okay.
I like to
Yeah,
buy
they
low.
off the radar
Man.
came up to 14.
They were
Yes, sir.
unranked.
Yes, sir.
They start shooting through the roof right now after that win.
Damn
I'm
good.
buying
Damn
Florida
good.
State stock until they show me something different.
Yeah.
And still, they're gonna have to be a lot different because one loss don't mean I need to sell. I might need to hold. They need to bounce back. But based off their schedule, I really think they got a shot at the SEC.
Hey, they should be undefeated from now until at least till they see Miami. Both of them should be undefeated playing each other. Well, Miami got to play Florida before they play Florida State, but man, both of them can come in undefeated and play each other. Woo.
And Benji, we did say that. At least I said I was gonna hold that stock. I do think your quarterback has a chance to bounce back. So I'm definitely holding that stock because first of all, it was an expensive as hell stock to buy in the first place. And I done lost some money on it. I'm stuck in it right now. I ain't got no choice but to stay in it until I get my money back, unless I just keep losing. I got a stop loss on Texas. If y'all lose another game, I got a stop loss on y'all stock. If y'all go down another 15%, I don't give a damn. I got to sell it.
It's bad in Texas.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They stock can't rise for at least 3 more weeks. I'm not giving them any credit the next 3 games they play. 0. Not until they play Florida am I gonna give them any credit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just throw that out there now.
So I'm just talking about Florida State. I don't have their schedule up, but I mean the way they look, just from a physicality standpoint. And their schedule, I think we don't really undervalue Florida State. I see them winning some games. If they can come with that same
9, 10.
Because if we look at the roster, I think we all will agree. I don't think nobody on this show or in the comments would disagree with this. Alabama on paper has the best roster top to bottom easily.
Oh, hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they were just outplayed and outcoached.
Right, but how many times? I mean, Alabama's been trending down for so long. We gotta remember who they lost to Vanderbilt last year.
That's why I sold.
They lost at Oklahoma last year, in which they
should have lost to the Gamecocks. The Gamecocks had them beat up.
Georgia lost 3 games.
Huh?
They lost 3 games like Georgia lost 3 games.
No, Bama lost 4 games last year. Maybe 5.
I thought they were 9-3.
They lost their bowl game to they lost their bowl game to Michigan.
Okay. Should have been more than that.
I mean, come on, man. I'm just saying they trended down.
I got you. So you just saying the stock been dropping anyway. I got you. I feel
been dropping.
They have dropped 3 of their last 4. They have dropped 3 of their last 4 games.
I just think that name recognition gives us we want to continue to say, well, let me hold on to that because of the name recognition. But sometimes, when that middle management, that CEO leaves, the company crumbles. And
so
that's what's happening right
now. Cal say he been reading the chart. Based off the chart, you can tell the stock ain't gonna bounce back. It been going down. If you read the chart, you should
like
sell
this
it.
Chart.
Like Cal said they had a 52-week low, man.
52-week.
Y'all remember when we were down? Y'all remember when we were down and our stock was like doing that 96, 93, 94, 95, 97.
Yeah.
Our stock was like that. But guess what? I held on to it.
Okay. So
I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up like Fat Joe, baby.
Before we get out of here, man, I enjoyed this, man. But do y'all have any games or a game that you're looking forward to in week 2? Anybody? Before we get out of here? Me personally, I'm looking forward to 2 games. The SMU versus Baylor game, because I want to see what SMU has. They did play for the ACC championship last year. And their quarterback is coming back. I saw what Baylor had last week. So I'm really more interested to see what SMU has, so I can kind of gauge the ACC a little bit better. Because right now I have Miami as the number 1 team in the ACC. But the main game that I'm looking forward to is Oklahoma versus Michigan. What about you guys?
That's the only one I'm looking forward to too. Oklahoma, Michigan.
I'm gonna definitely say that one, but I heard some good coach banter a little earlier today. I think that Oklahoma State Oregon game has an opportunity to be a little spicy. I don't know if y'all kind of heard the bars back
Oklahoma
with the
State so
coaches.
terrible, man.
What happened?
Yeah, it's just with the coaches. It just provided a
Oh,
little more spice to the game. You know, coaches just was talking shit about the budgets and all of that, and
oh
They
yeah,
mad.
yeah.
They mad about that
Gundy,
Oregon. They mad about Oregon budget.
that Oregon
He talking
money,
about Oregon spent
Gundy.
40 million. He talking
They
about
need to go
Oregon
holler
Yeah.
at
spent
Phil
40
Nike,
million on
man.
the
Go
roster.
holler at Phil Nike about that, man. It ain't our fault.
Hey man, it ain't nothing wrong. It ain't
I
nothing
do,
wrong
Never
with
wrong
spending a
with
little
that.
so
money.
I
And he
do like
alumni.
the way
He give all the way back.
I do like the way that Dan Lannon responded to that, though. He was very classy, very smart, and very slick the way he responded to that. He was kind of like he was the coach from Oklahoma State was Gundy.
Gundy, yeah.
Yeah, Gundy was basically saying that Oregon spent $40 million on their roster last year, which I don't know where he get them numbers from. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But
Uh.
but but at the end of the day, my boy from Oregon saying Dan Lannon just basically said, well, they played Temple last week. I'm quite sure their budget was bigger than Temple. I just thought that was very classy the way
Yeah.
it handled it.
Me
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah.
So I thought that
Right.
was dope.
Hey, what you think about that Tulane game when they put that whooping on them boys for not letting them wear the uniform from 20 years ago?
I got Tulane. I had either boys or Tulane being my 12th team to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Tulane. The only reason I had Boise over Tulane, granted Boise lost, I thought Tulane had a harder schedule. But I do think Tulane is the better team.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah. Coach fired up.
I like their coach too. I like their coach
Yeah,
too.
but he fired up.
I don't think he's gonna be at Tulane too much longer. I think he's a top candidate for some big schools if they come open. So guys, great show, man. I enjoyed it, man. We don't about hit our spot. Shout out to everybody in the comments once again. Sooner Legends Podcast. Ben G.
Yes.
Ben G, I hope you all right, man.
Jason,
Just
how you
take
doing,
it cool,
Jason?
man. You know what I'm saying? You got a long season, man. Texas don't, you know what I'm saying? Stay off the ledge, man. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Go be all right.
Oh, shout out to Fan Edit Sports, Stat Guy, everybody in the comments, man. If I miss you, I apologize. Pot, tell the people where they can find you if you got anything going on where they can find you at.
Hey, you already know Instagram, Yayo one time, capital YAYO1TYME. Yes, sir. AP Kennels here, home of the Frenchy Bulldogs and Pressa Canario. And I'm always here on Hump Day, Wednesday night with my brother from another mother, Thad. And my cool cutter, the coolest of all, Cal. You understand what I'm saying? So hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit that bell to get notified. I'm out.
Kill.
Cool, Cal. What you got, Pimpin'?
I mean, god damn, Pot. I mean, you just need to let Pot go last.
Hey, he
I
killing
mean,
with that hit that bell. He killing with the
the
rhyme.
tongue just it's slick
Copyright,
today.
baby,
Is
copyright.
hey man, I'm just telling you, man. So man, y'all can find me, man, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock here, man. We doing our thing, giving you the best talk across the nation. You know what I'm saying? If you want some real good insight, man, from some guys that really know the game, man, come holler at us Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. And of course, Tuesday night, we want to check out that dog talk, respect the hedges, 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Come check us out. Subscribe to us. We've been on this with our 5th season now.
Yeah.
So
Going
yeah,
strong.
man, come out, man. Show us love, man. We love doing it. If you want some great dog talk, man, you can find us that Tuesday night, man.
Also, man, to our guys in the comment, Hall of Fame college football, man, y'all go check his podcast out. He taught Oklahoma football and plus all other college sports football. Also, my guy, Mike, Sooner Legend Podcast, Oklahoma fan, y'all go check him out too, man. Subscribe to his channel if you want to get anything about Oklahoma football. And he also give you a little bit of the classic stuff, take you way back. Let me see if I missed anybody else in the comments that got a podcast.
Stat guy.
There you go. Stat Guy. Also,
me.
he got his own show, I think, on Thursday nights. You check out Stat Guy on the Fan Addict Sports. And of course, check out Fanatics Sports Coach I with Respect the Hedges and everything they got going on. So make sure, man, y'all go subscribe to those guys' channels. Check out their podcast if you want to be informed and all that good stuff. With that being said, man, y'all know opinions are like assholes, man. Everybody got one. And your boy got one too. Just my damn opinion. We up out of here, man. See y'all on the next one, man. Oh, let me hold. Saw somebody at the comment. What they say? Okay, all good. Appreciate you, BNG, for checking in, baby. Next week, guys, we up out of here. On to the next one.